The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Mary Jane Veloso was given strict security in the Correctional Institute for Women in Mandaluyong. Authorities revealed that Veloso's recruiter is also being detained in the same prison. The Bureau of Corrections said they might transfer the former OFW's recruiter to another prison.
You can choose Palawan or Davao, or we can move this person or staying here to another place.
Veloso, her family, and various groups are calling for her clemency. Despite going back to the Philippines, Veloso is still considered as a criminal after she was convicted for drug charges in Indonesia. The Justice Department said it is up to President Bongbong Marcos if he will grant clemency to Veloso.
Titignan din natin kung ano ba yung sistema niya doon, una. Pangalawa, ano ba yung naging conduct niya doon? Pangatlo, ano ba yung pwedeng tingnan na favorable? Anything is on the table nga di ba?
Mary Jane Veloso's lawyer, attorney Edre Olalia, expressed optimism that President Bongbong Marcos will grant her an absolute pardon. Here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
Which scenario is more likely to pan out for Mary Jane?
Sige, ganito. Yung sa Australia, hindi naman tayo privy doon. And that's between Indonesia and Australia. So whatever agreement they concluded, it's between them. No?
Okay.
I heard about the Bali 9. In fact, two of those Bali 9 were executed in 2015.
Correct.
Which was the same time that Mary Jane would have been executed. No? So yung remaining 5 na yan napalaya. As far as the Philippines and Indonesia agreement is concerned, yun nga, very clear, no? Kahit doon sa agreement, sabi nga ng DOJ, papasa na namin ang responsibility sa inyo. Tapos na yung kaso sa amin. Kaya na kayo yan. It can range from rehabilitation, remission, or clemency. And we will respect that. Ngayon, what is down the road? How will it unfold? No? Ano yan? Kasi ang position naman namin is absolute pardon. Ang absolute pardon po is one type of clemency. Ang clemency po is the general term, generic. So it can range from amnesty, pardon, either conditional or absolute, commutation, rescission, or reprieve. Alam mo yung 2015, yung temporary reprieve, that is a form of clemency by Indonesia. Kasi di ba suspend yung execution?
Yes.
Pero dito, dahil wala tayong death penalty, syempre out of the question yon. So ano mangyayari dahil walang death penalty? Excuse me. Ang susunod na ay yung tawag na life imprisonment or reclusion perpetua. Ngayon, ang pinupush natin, ang kinaklamor natin, ano naman siya on humanitarian grounds, sa batayang makatao, and there are abundant reasons bakit siya mabigyan ng clemency, or clemency, ay absolute prerogative yan ng Chief Executive ng Pilipinas, yung Presidente.
Okay.
So, it will eclipse, so to speak, yung sentence niya sa Indonesia kasi nga naipasa na yung responsibility ng Indonesia sa Philippine Executive Branch.
Okay, per attorney, how confident are you or optimistic na mag-grant nga itong clemency? I think yung Palace actually released a statement na medyo premature pa yan as of now. And alam naman natin, hindi yan pwedeng mangyari agad-agad, lalo na exchange nga lang ng prisoners. Right now, is there a way to tell when is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Do you have any reason to believe na mas magiging sympathetic ang administrasyon ni President Marcos?
Well, there's no crystal ball, so to speak, when it's going to happen, so to speak. But we are quite confident, and this confidence is grounded on several factors. Well, I have not met a Filipino friend or foe who has two brains about it. That huwag niyo nang bigyan ng clemency. If there are, then they are very rare. So nandun nanggagaling yung confidence.
In other news, the House Quad Committee has recommended charges against former President Rodrigo Duterte. These include charges for crimes against humanity in connection to his administration's drug war. The panel also wants charges filed against Senators Bongo and Bato de la Rosa. Members of the committee said it appeared that there was indeed a death squad involving Duterte and other officials.
the most chilling revelations, Mr. Speaker, pertains to the extrajudicial killings that have scarred our nation's history. The investigations brought to light a harrowing narrative of abuse of power and institutional impunity during the Duterte administration.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Pauline Verzosa. Now for the weather, Kerubin has dissipated into a low-pressure area. It was last spotted some 245 kilometers east of Surigao City, Surigao del Norte. Pag-asa is not ruling out the possibility of the LPA developing into a cyclone again. For now, the LPA is bringing scattered rains over Visayas and Mindanao. Rains are also expected over Bicol region and Quezon due to the shear line. Amihan will also trigger rains over Luzon, including Metro Manila. Political strategist Malu Tequia believes that President Bongbong Marcos may not have fully analyzed reports on the 2025 national budget. Here's an excerpt from her interview on The Big Story.
What would you say would be your reaction when this came out? Ano mga napansin mo?
Well, sa budget, I was so shocked because health and education is the number one mandate from the Constitution, and health is because of the Universal Health Care Law. It covers all Filipinos. So to put zero on the subsidy, I don't think that can even be vetoed. Tama yung reporter nyo, they should go back to the BICAM and settle those issues because if the allocation is zero, there is nothing to veto. So, a very transactional budget. It tells you there's so many funds that are being used for purposes other than what is required by law. So, from the NEP, it would show that on the second year, last year the NEP was set aside and there's a huge unprogrammed fund. Today, it's the same, but it's worse because of what they did with PhilHealth and DepEd as well as DPWH.
Malu, a lot of pundits are also saying this is a, kumbaga, quote-unquote, it's an insult to the president, no? Because as a chief executive, siya talaga yung may alam nung cash flow natin, kung saan ba dapat ilagay yung pera. All the reports go to his office, and kumbaga parang na-etchapuera yung spending plan na pinropose ni President Marcos. Another shocking thing for me was his reaction, which was not so mad. What did you make of that?
Yes, Sean, I agree with you. I mean, if you're as the chief executive officer, whenever financial statements are being made and submitted to you, you always look at the sources of fund, the revenues. Is there a shortfall? We have a 15 trillion debt. And the revenues are really very short. That's why they keep saying on the fiscal space that is needed. But here you see that there is a lot of leeway given to Congress, even to increase the. I don't know for what they increase the budget for the House and the Senate. And then there is that 340 billion insertion in DPWH. So this is not fiscal restraint, it's really greed because of the way the allocation have been made, setting aside the national expenditure program of the president and the SONA directives that were given.
This year's UP Lantern Parade showcased large and colorful floats with socially relevant messages. With the theme of reflection and seal, colleges in UP Diliman paraded their bright lanterns while raising national issues in the country. Some of them were focused on territorial disputes, freedom of knowledge, censorship, and agriculture, among others. The annual event was open for everyone to see. Samahan po ang buong MVP Group sa merriest celebration ngayong taon. Sabay-sabay po nating panoorin ang merryang vibes ng Pasko, the MVP Group Christmas Party. The second part of the Christmas special, directed by Mr. Johnny Manahan, comes to you on December 22. Now that's at 5:30 p.m. on TV5, Sari-Sari, Buko, 1PH, with same-day catch-up sa RPTV. Kaya tara na, gawin nating merry ang vibes ng Pasko. You can also listen to the Merry ang Vibes ng Pasko theme on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Meta, and Instagram Reels Music. And those are the top stories of the hour. I'm Pauline Berzosa. We are One News.